So it's been a year since I started my OF and my spicy pages, and I just feel super anxious today, and I wanted to just come on here and share some thoughts on my experience so far. I'm kind of scared to share my actual thoughts, but I just feel the need to say them in case anybody who's following me here has any sort of desire to start this kind of thing. I want to start off by saying that I definitely have a really complicated relationship with this whole thing, and there are things that I appreciate about it and have appreciated about it from the beginning. But if I'm being so honest, there really are so many downsides. I'm trying so hard not to get like super upset while sharing this, but if I'm being honest, my mental health since I've started this has just slowly like been on such a decline. And I would say that it started maybe like honestly probably 7 months ago, where about like maybe 6 months into doing this, about 6 months, I started to get super burnt out. And I think a lot of the people who follow me now on this page are like kind of, you've probably come from like much older videos. Right. With the spicy page or OF like sort of being the topic. And while I did have such a strong start and it was so much fun in the beginning, after getting burnt out, right. I started to just feel really differently about like the types of messages that I was getting and quite frankly, just feeling like sort of the effort that I was putting in to it still wasn't. I guess I'm trying to say there's no amount of money really that you can give me at this point, and I'm like willing to admit this now. There's no amount of money that you can give me right now to like make me feel like giving myself away in certain aspects, even if they're just a few photos or whatever online. It almost isn't worth it anymore. How long is it? It's hard to describe this because I realize that when I have spoken about OF, that, you know, it's typically been in a light where it's like, you know, it's fun, it's art, you make money, blah, blah, blah. But if I'm being so honest, that really is like the only upside to doing it. Right. Like just the ability to very quickly make extra cash. But I think again, like just over the course of a few months of like half a year or so, just going really hard at it. I think I didn't let a lot of like the messages get to me, but I was lying to myself, and I definitely think that it's like really worn on me over time. And it's not to say that I don't have like really good guys on there following me and like monetarily supporting me, even like checking in on me at times where I like, you know, earlier this year I definitely disappeared for a few months, even on here. But even with that, like just realizing that even those people are not people that I would call when I'm having a really hard day just makes it feel just so fake. Right. And I'm not sitting here saying that like I ever got on there to make friends. Let's be honest, it's really just to make money from a bunch of horny men. But I guess I'm just trying to say that just know that if you are a person who's ever been interested in doing this, or if you've like ever been curious about it, there really is just like such a like I feel a little bit dead inside. I feel completely desensitized, and I don't know, like not to sound funny, but I really don't feel any type of like desire or like attraction to men in general anymore. And that's also because of my, you know, my personal collective experiences that I've had with like dating like the wrong types of men and things like that. But I think with this line of work, men, you will never catch a man being more honest and more authentic and more real, and not necessarily in a good way, than they are, and the way that they present themselves to girls who do stuff that I do. I can't even imagine what it's actually like for real life SWs like, I'm sure it's like 50,000 times worse for them. Like, at least to a certain extent, there's like a level of protection for me, just given that I'm like behind a screen, right? Like, I'm never actually going to like see these guys in person.
Right, exactly.
Or anything like that. But like, seriously, if I had any type of ability to share like the things that people have said, like the things that people have like the nerve to like DM me with, just like how disgusting they are. And also, I can't even count to you how many times the ones who follow me on Instagram, like when I get curious and nosy, sometimes like I'll go look at their profile and they have like a whole girlfriend or a whole wife. And sometimes, even disgustingly enough, they have kids. Sometimes it makes me feel so conflicted with doing this. And a part of me just feels so prideful. Like, I feel like yes, it's been a year, not like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, but I do still feel like I'm still so deep in it. And I think I'm just being prideful, but I just feel like, and I just don't want to quit, because I'm just not a quitter. Like, I always see things like to the very end. And I won't quit until I'm physically stopped. So I don't know what the point of this rant was, but I think I just wanted like just to share my thoughts out loud, because I'm like in this really weird point in my life where I'm just so overwhelmed by so many things. And this being like my one creative outlet to like, or so I thought, to like express myself and like produce this work that like, you know, I'm really proud of. I do take a lot of time to go like rent these spaces and like get like certain types of outfits and like our lingerie, really, and like do these shoots and like post them, and like editing is like a whole process. And like there are lots of parts that I enjoy, but I think what ruins it is like when I really sit down to think about like ultimately like what the purpose of all this is. And it's really just to visually please a bunch of men who, again, a lot of them are disgusting. I think I wanted to share all this because I've just been switching up a lot of sort of my direction with my Instagram, and like I don't really post like spicy page related stuff on here anymore. And I don't know if I've been sort of exploring the idea of maybe just having my content be focused on, you know, things that I'm actually interested in, which ultimately is not pleasing men in any way, shape, or form. Y'all can keep your money at this point. I don't know what I'm going to do. But anyways, if you made it this long, thanks for listening.
Women are slaves to their emotions. I said this in another reaction. Women are slaves to their emotions and their survival. This woman is a shining example of that. Right? Because one reason why she doesn't like being on OF is because of how she feels with the disgusting men, and she's just pleasing them. Right. But on the flip side, she says she will never quit because she's not a quitter. What does that mean? That means she's going to continue to get the money. That's literally what I explained to y'all, bro. Her survival and her emotions. Her survival and her emotions. She's in conflict. She's in turmoil. She's back and forth. That's why this rant had no. She's like, I don't even know what this rant is about. And like I said, there are times in the rant where she's saying one thing and then she's saying something else. So guys, listen, understand, these women, a lot of them are very confused. This is why they're not natural born leaders, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. That's the nature of a female. That's why she needs guidance. That's why she needs leadership. You understand? Because if you can take care of a woman's survival and you can provide leadership and provide resources for a woman that deserves it, please don't get me wrong. I'm not talking about simping or tricking on these chicks. For a woman that actually deserves it, a woman that earned her spot in your life. But what I'm trying to say is, if you provide a means to not just survival, but to thrive in a healthy lifestyle, right? Through structure and access to resources, right? And you are also a very confident leader who shows consistency, discipline, and patience. You can help to lead a woman into a space where she doesn't have to be worried about her survival, and she doesn't have to be so conflicted and, you know, overwhelmed with her emotions. And that's when you find a woman that's happy with her man. You get what I'm saying? That's when you find a woman that's in a healthy relationship. You understand? And this information, guys, if you're smart, you need to understand how to use this information to your advantage when interacting with the female. You know, a lot of you guys, there's a lot of factions in the YouTube space that love to study female energy, that love to dissect female energy. And then the only thing they're really doing with the information is reinforcing their vitriol and resentment towards women. What I'm saying is, let's understand what's going on. Survival and emotion. Let's understand the true nature of a female and understand how we can use our masculinity to influence these women to be better women for us, to be the type of women that we actually need, because a woman can be so much more than her physical, bro. A woman can be so much more than her sex. If you know how to train a woman, if you know how to influence a woman, if you know how to lead a woman can be so much more for you. And she can literally enhance situations to make getting to your next level super easy so you can thrive. And the better you get is the better she gets. The more you increase and become the highest version of yourself is the more her survival is taken care of, and is the less she got to worry about anything in life emotionally. Understand how to use this information to your advantage. A lot of you guys are worried about a woman leaving you and hypergamy and this, that, and the third. If you understand what I'm saying to you, as you become the best version of yourself, you can influence the woman to be the best version of herself for you. All right. So it's your boy, Miles Cunningham. Hope you got something from this long ass video. Hope you're having a great day. And remember, the truth is inside you. Peace.